I cannot list the reasons, the ways, the reasons, I would not be here without Liz.
Well, every human being has something incredibly special to offer. It's something that I believe it's not often that you come across somebody as visionary, as generous, as loving, as real, as divine as Liz.
Liz is an incredible space holder. Liz just loves more deeply and freely than anyone I know. Liz's offerings, even though she holds containers for anywhere from 6 to 12 people, it still feels individualized because she gives so much to every individual person.
She's definitely helped me get rid of this idea that there are parts of myself that I have to suppress or that I shouldn't embrace and pursue. That, like, you know, these fantasy selves of like the irresponsible me, or like the me who never settled down, or all these parts of myself that I sometimes fantasize about a little bit, you know, in my mid-30s, like normal job, relatively like boring life.
Big draw to trying to rediscover how I taught movement classes. Like how I wanted to bring this specific energy that felt somewhat like a gym setting, but also far more like a shamanic or like medicine realm setting, and like how I can bridge the gap between the two of those. Like how can I make a experience of moving in your body super potent, something that people can be greatly affected by and it can cause like change in other parts of their life. And I had a sense that Liz does that to a T.
I tell people that Liz is a wild, visionary artist who thinks deeply about big questions for herself, for her life, for what's going on in the world. And from those questions, she develops themes and concepts and invites others in to explore those themes and concepts. And while she's brilliant intellectually, she's an incredibly smart woman, the way that she invites people to come in and explore is through our bodies. It's through embodiment, through movement, in this way where there's no end to the story. There's always going to be more to discover, and Liz is very gifted at holding that space and holding a safe container for people to push up against the edges of their own comfort and continue discovering more about themselves.
One of the amazing things I love about Liz is when she gives assignments and when she watches us move, she tracks us in a way where she can actually see the way our body is changing, in the way we move, in the way we show up. And she tracks us over time so beautifully, where she will remember something that happened many, many months ago and what she told me and how I showed up then. And she can actually track how I'm processing emotions and change and growth through the expression of my body and my movement. Her ability to show up and be fully present and really see micro changes and encourage and give support to growth is really untouched.
There's so many ways I describe what she does. She's one of the most, she lives integritous women with what she does and what she speaks about in dance and how she, lives her work. That when I describe what we do, it feels like everything from a medicine journey to, dancing trauma through the body to like recognizing the many facets of the art that we are. And she just has this unbridled or untethered way of allowing for the art to move through her and also just inviting it from us without any kind of way that it needs to be. She just gives so much permission for that to happen.
Liz's work has really allowed me to integrate more aspects of myself. The light and the dark, the messy, the wrong, the, too much or whatever it may be, in a way that like feels easy, in a way that like feels really good. Like it doesn't have to be this hard, yucky kind of work. Like it can be really deep and meaningful, and there can be pleasure in that, and it can be easy.
If you could do me a favor, we'll just sit that down between
Yeah.
so we don't have
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So when you tell others about Liz's work, what do you say?
I always explain it like it's therapy on crack. Like, I'm a therapist myself, and I have my own therapist, and it's like Liz allows this really safe space for me to come in, take whatever I'm feeling, and like move through it. And she does this beautiful way. I mean, so many incredible things about her, but where she always just reframes things. Like, I don't need to actually even move through something. It's okay to just be in the process of it right then.
I would describe her gifts and offerings as, something that I can feel is so given from the soul, and something that's really tailored to the community that she serves. When it comes to value of Liz's work, I think it's high value, to put it simply. But like I said earlier, you come away with an experience. So yes, you're going to have something that's created beautiful, but I feel like I grow as an individual, and I'm more confident and more comfortable every time I work with her. And it's interesting that you can walk away with that in a short session, but I really truly feel more confident, comfortable. And then I see the images and I'm like, wow, I feel beautiful, right?
It's very transformative, a super safe space for anyone to express. I think the best thing about Liz's work is permission to show up as you are, who you are, no matter what that is in that moment, whether that changes day by day, moment by moment. Like, all of you is welcome here.
I've worked with Liz a long time, and when I tell other people about Liz, I tell them that she is one of the most generous and honest people that you will ever meet. She just sees you. She sees you. And she doesn't. That sounds cheesy. She sees you as the person that you are sitting in front of you, and but she also sees the person that you're going to be in 5 minutes. She sees the person that you're going to be in a week. She sees the person that you're going to be in a year, and she sees the person that you're going to be at the end of your life. And that is something that a quality that I have never met in another person. She's special, and the way that comes into her art and to dance and to her photography it's mind-blowing, it's transformational, it has truly transformed my life in ways that I cannot describe, and she sees you. I can't describe it in any other way.
What's interesting about the idea of thinking about Liz providing a safe space for the work that that folks do with her is that I feel like it's really not a traditional definition of the word safe space, in that when I think about safe space, a lot of times I was a therapist in a past life, and I think a lot of times that can be really limiting, where it's like we can't talk about X, Y, and Z. And when I think of the safety that Liz provides, it's actually like all of you is welcome here. You get to show up as your full self. You get to bring your beautiful and your ugly and your sexy and your scary and all of the other pieces. And in that way, it's the most safe you'll ever be, because you're not going to be abandoned if you bring out something that someone's not ready to see. And I think that's really what we're all craving. That's the feeling of belonging that we all want. I'm saying that really broadly, but I really believe it's true that we all really want to belong. And Liz offers an opportunity that when people are brave enough to show their full selves, as she invites them to, they get to see that all of their pieces do belong. I get to see another woman enact her darkest spaces or her scariest spaces or her meanest spaces and relate to her and witness her and love her. And I get to in turn share those spaces of myself and be witnessed and still be loved. So I really feel that that's a true sense of belonging when we can bring all of ourselves and still be witnessed and loved, not be cast out of the group, so to speak.
Truly, her name, the Permission Project, really could not be a better descriptor for the work that she does, because Liz gave me permission to see myself beyond the identity of a mother, permission to play, to get into my own sensual nature. There's like a true vector for alchemy in what it is to be feminine and embodied and connected to the source.